Grab somebody, let it go. Ooh, everybody. Grab somebody. Everybody. Grab somebody.
You got me feeling, you got me feeling alright. Whenever I'm around you, baby, you make me feel so
Everybody, can you feel the groove?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to race 4 of the Iceni Women's Series hosted by the Warrior Games. We've got Wendy back tonight. Wendy, how are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's good to be back for the fourth and final exciting race of the Iceni Women's Series.
Yes, tonight we have a crit challenge. We are racing in Crit City and the course is the Bell Lap. The women tonight will be riding 15 laps in total, 29.4k. It's going to be a very fast and furious race, I imagine. Although that looks like a hill, it really isn't. It's a false flat and maybe a change of gear or cadence, but that's about it. Very quick race tonight.
Yes, definitely. I think there's less chance of a breakaway as well, compared to the clockwise version of this called Downtown Dolphin. So this is the counterclockwise crit in Crit City. So rollers, downhill, sprinter's paradise really, but hard to break away.
Yeah, let's see what happens. As always, we have cats from A+ down to D. We're just going to very quickly run through our lead tables so far because I know the riders have already started. So looking at that A+ category, a reminder that the winner tonight receives 25 points all the way down. So it could easily change. Things could change at the top. And I know we have a live stream from Natalie Stevenson tonight joining us from the A+ category. Looking at the A's now. Lovely. We have Louise and Bex Barker at the top, very, very close there. And Angela joining us on the live stream tonight. She could also make up some places. It only takes a good sprint at the end. We will look at the BCAT now. Carolina is joining us tonight on the live stream. And again, those places, those riders sitting behind her, if they have a good sprint on them and they do well this evening, they could easily catch up as well. So lots to play for. The CCAT. We have Scott there as our rider, and we did have Olivia joining us from Australian Hump Day Riders, but I'm not sure if we've got her streaming tonight. So we'll try and get Olivia on there if we can. And our DCAT riders, we've got Puck there leading the way and Ness in. We have Keris joining us from Vela Vixen on the live stream, so hopefully we can check in with Keris on the way round. And I think we're going to flick to the action with the A+ riders.
currently watching Natalie Stevenson from Cryogen. She's also on our webcam somewhere. We'll probably jump to her shortly to see how she's doing. Looking strong. Interesting room as well. But she's not in the aero bars yet. I think taking it easy, using the draft, and testing the legs on the first lap for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've had so much of a fast and furious start, though it's easy to say that as commentators and not so much when you're riding it. A group of, we can see.
Yes, there's some
I don't
interesting
know.
riders. Some interesting things there, which is that I spot a few riders who weren't in some of the previous races, so they obviously it's not so great for the team standings for the team part of the competition, but they could well take some of the higher points if they come first, second, and so on.
Yeah, bad news, not bad news, but for the ladies or the women that are looking to get those points to win the series, they won't want anyone in there who's not raced and can take some points off them. So a group here of 19 ladies. I think that they're all together, but it's hard to tell from this. We've got some familiar faces from the Beast Mode ladies. We have Swann riding for AO. Now, they have a new kit tonight, I understand. I've not actually seen it, but I was told I would definitely recognise it. So I think probably when we zoom in a little bit more, we will be able to see that kit.
Is that the Beast Mode, the orange?
This is the AO riders, the Aonian riders.
Yeah, just here, that's Anna Ronkainen. She's a really good sprinter, very punchy rider, and she is showing the new Aonian kit off with her canyon bike there. Purple socks.
So yeah, it takes a little while to get used to. Different choices of bikes from these women tonight. A few of them on the Tron bike. We see that Aonian rider. She's on her. I'm not sure. Oh, she's on the Canyon. She's on the Canyon Air Road when she's chosen to use a disc wheel as well.
Yeah, it is a route definitely for aero. Aero is everything on this course. So I think she picked well with the disc wheel anyway. This is the roller bit. And then there's a downhill section.
Generally on this roller section here, it's usually a question rather of changing gear because you haven't got a lot of time to do that. So you have to make sure you're in the right gear to start with. It's usually a question of just changing your cadence up and down. I'm not sure how you normally ride it, Wendy.
Yeah, I don't change my gear.
Yeah.
I might briefly go out of the saddle. I'll go quite for high gear. I see Lily Swann is there as well in the new Ionian kit, right at the front. Well, actually, she's just moved further back to get some more draft again. She's just Anna's teammate.
Yes, Swann is a very strong and consistent rider. I ride with her in real life, actually, so I know exactly what she's like. She has come on leaps and bounds in Zwift and really got the bug, and she's a solid performer. I actually haven't seen what her sprint's like, but we will soon find out.
They're very good.
Evening.
Yeah, they're very good. They're better than mine. She loves quite punchy, hilly time trial races in real life, as well as she's dabbled with cyclocross. So she's quite she's got strong 1 minute power and probably a good 15 seconds sprint on her as well. So yeah, not quite as punchy as Anna, but she's probably weight per kilo higher FTP. Don't know, but yeah, Lily is quite a strong rider, and it's great to see her there in the front in the new kit as well. Then we've got in currently. Yeah, we're watching Lily now. That's good.
You can see that these riders are throwing their power-ups probably left, right and centre. They're going to be receiving, I understand it as 1 per lap, Wendy, is that right?
I wasn't sure about power-ups, actually. I thought there were no power-ups in this race, but I might be wrong.
We will find out for you. But assuming they get 1 power-up, then they're going to have 15 of those throughout the laps. So they're looking for that aero helmet, and I suspect when they get it, they will hold on to it.
Yes, there's definitely power-ups every every lap. Yeah,
Good.
and the area one's the one you want for the. There's no sprint points for the lap, so it's literally who crossed the line first in after 15 laps, who will be rewarded with a lovely. What did you say? 75 points, I think.
25, yeah.
25. Sorry. Yeah.
We've swapped across to the A riders now. Bigger bunch here. So 53 riders in total. Not sure how many are in this bunch. We'll try and keep an eye on Zwift Power and keep you up to date with that. So lots of women using the draft here and just finding out sort of what each other are looking like. You might see a couple have a little go off the front, but it's going to be very difficult, as we said. Live stream to Angela here. So she has a face of concentration for sure, but does look like she's going well within herself at the moment, which is good.
I do believe that they have the new. Do they have the new draft dynamics in this race as well, which I find does need a lot more concentration than normal.
Yes, we briefly mentioned that last week actually. Even though they've the new drafting dynamics, as you said, have been around for a couple of weeks now and in testing longer than that, it still does take a while to get used to. And this may be one of the only opportunities that these riders have had to use it on a course like this as well, because they may have used it on hillier courses. And this one is completely flat. We've got Laura Lawson in there. We've got one of the Brewer sisters. I'll find out which one it is. I can see Charlotte Watts from Turbo as well. She's making a comeback, actually. One of my teammates there, so to give her a nice shout out.
Carla Weiss from, I should say it in an American accent, Carla Weiss, maybe from Ionian. She's the in the top group with the A's as well. It's quite easy to spot the Ionians now in the new kit. I like this.
It's good. We've swapped over to the B's. We're watching Carolina. She's a strong
Reinhold,
rider. I've DS'd her in a time trial, and she's very strong and consistent. Big group here from the B's. We have 106 riders in total in this B group. Not sure how many are in that front group. It looks like we've lost Carolina's live stream. I couldn't see her, but we'll try and get her back at some point during the race.
Yeah, Carolina is in her 40s, and but she's doing brilliantly. She qualified for the Masters World Championship in Bosnia in September after doing her first Ironman in 2017 and her second only in 2019. And yeah, I like her motto. I think I mentioned it last time too, which is do more of what makes you happy.
And I think I probably followed that up with, I'm not sure if she's feeling happy at the moment, but I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will be afterwards. It
That's what I
depends.
mean.
Some riders will be loving this course, actually. It will really suit some riders, those who possibly like putting out really nice, consistent power. It depends how the other racers race it. But without those hills as well, they can probably just really concentrate and almost go into time trial mode here.
Yeah. Her heart rate's are certainly quite high at the moment for her, I think. So working quite hard. I think we'll shortly go to the C category.
Yeah, just while we're in the Bs, we've got some junior riders in the B category tonight. We are not sure if they're definite. Oh, they are riding because I'm on the sign-ups, but they have signed up and we will check if they're riding as well. But in the juniors, we have Millie Briggs, Megan DeLacy Perkins, Caris again. We've seen Caris a few times, and Jess Pickavance, a few of them from Socks for Watts as well, and one more junior rider, Lana.
Watching the C group now. Let's see who's leading there.
So we've got our picture on Karina at the moment. For those of you who tuned into the live stream last week, we had Karina on there as well. She gave us great coverage, actually. We could get a really clear picture from her, which was brilliant. She's obviously going for it again tonight. We witnessed her sprinting pretty much every lap last week, so I'm hoping she can put out that same performance tonight. That would be absolutely brilliant and a great opportunity for Karina as well. So big group of riders here, 123 in the C category. I will try and find out for you how many are in this group. I believe it could be.
Yeah, I think the limit was 125 to enter. So
just got in there.
yeah, it's the biggest group of all the categories.
Absolutely massive. We may see. I don't know whether will we see some lapping at all, Wendy? Does that happen on this course?
Yes, definitely. Helen Kohlberg is who we're watching now from Ionian. I think she's quite strong. I'm actually still surprised to see her in C category. I always think that she's definitely a B cat rider. She was holding onto my wheel in the reverse version of this course, the Downtown Dolphin, for very long. So so she's doing really, really well.
Yeah, great to see her. It's obviously a course that really suits her. For anyone new to watching this, it's quite interesting if you have a look at the rider's power, top left-hand corner. So we're just flicking through the riders now, but when we focus on one, you should be able to see. Now, depending on how they are using the draft, you're going to see their power fluctuate and rise again, also depending on how their concentration goes. And that's how they get their little micro rest, so they're not driving the power the whole way around. You may see them move up and down the group as well to try and get more draft and to just drop their watts as low as possible, but hold their position. So these C-Cat riders are on lap 3. And I think in a moment we're going to try and move to the D-Cat riders as well. At the moment, Zwift Power is giving us an approximate time for the course. So it looks like the A and A plus riders are looking to complete in around 39 minutes. B 41, the C 43 and the D 49. We might be having a little bit of trouble getting to the D cap, but I promise we will come back to them soon.
So here we've got at least a group of, how many is there? 8, 9 riders? Moved around. No, more than that. But we have Amelia van Hover, which is she's a BZR rider. She's been working a lot on her sprint, actually. I would say her strength was definitely long climbs like Ventop and Road to Sky and races like that, but she's definitely worked on her sprint and is getting tactically a lot better in these crit races. So yeah, she's still there up the front and a serious threat to some of the riders who were hoping to win the classification or to get more points maybe than they were without her, because I don't think she was in the previous races.
No, I don't recognise her either. So that will be really interesting. We've moved our live cam to Natalie, who I still think looks incredibly relaxed.
Yeah, she looks much more relaxed than I do when I race. That's for sure.
These A plus riders are in a smaller group than all the other categories, so there is an opportunity to draft, but they really do have to pay attention, because as soon as they drop off the back of that group, it will be very, very difficult for them to get back on. So I know we said that they're all concentrating, but even with this smaller group, it's going to take a lot more.
Yeah, Ursula Bordovskaya is also there. She's a very strong rider. There's some rougher cycling club riders as well.
Yeah, we always give a good shout out to the Rafa Cycling Club riders. I know that they've supported this series and they've had lots of riders here. So thank you guys and well done.
And the chasing group is 14 seconds behind. I'm not sure they will catch that up on this course unless something bad happens. Yeah, so I think the front group is where the winners are sitting right now for the A plus category.
Yeah, I'm just looking through, and there appears to be only 10 riders in this front group, which is probably about right, actually. That's a Zwift power calculation, but I think we're about right there. So 10 of these riders, and then the rest of them, the next 5, are all in a group as well. And they are about 13 seconds back, 14, as you can see probably on the live feed there.
Yeah, they're in a much smaller group, so they won't get as much draft benefit, even, assuming they work together. And so I don't think they'll catch up this lead group of 9 or 10 riders.
No, unlike the A riders, who I think are in a group of 55 of them.
Yeah, this is a much more interesting party to be at. It's going to be interesting if they stay like that till the final sprint.
Yeah, it maybe takes a few of them to make a move, but we've already said it's very difficult to break off the front, and it's probably more who can stay in the group and not off the back rather than who can break away.
Yeah, we're watching Lady from Bella Vixen. Lovely kid matching her Tron bike.
Oh, she's just broken off the front there. That's why we've gone to her.
Oh, and she's lapping someone.
Yeah, she's given it a good go. We'll see if we can get some more information for you.
Yeah, she already has 1 second on Angela Quick and the bunch.
This is Hallie Gill. She's from Canada. Going for it. You've really got to commit. If you're going to make a break, as she has, you're going to have to commit and put everything you can, because as you can see, I think the group are just about to catch her.
Yeah, and she has 9 more laps to go.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just testing the legs.
Yeah, I was just about to say that actually it can happen, because sometimes if you're in a big group like this, you are working hard, but there is some draft benefit, and you end up kind of just in this same monotonous routine of flicking between kind of like a tempo ride and then working a little bit harder up into threshold. So your legs don't often want to sprint exactly at the point you want them to sprint, which is at the end. So just to give them a little test, she may have done that, gained a gap, and then just let the group come back to her.
Oh, there she goes again.
Oh, she's testing again.
So Rebecca Kearney from Ionian is close to her. Bex Barker. I don't think they'll let her go this time.
No, just in case.
Yeah.
We've got a real mix of teams actually in this lead group in the A category. We've got Kiss, Vision, Turbo, No Pins, Vela Vixen,
Swedish
Riders,
Swifters, tongue twister.
Zwift Scotland, Equip Provence. On to the B cat now.
We're viewing Nasrin from Ionian at the moment. Oh, no, we've moved to someone else. Is it Vicky Stedman? Oh, and Mandy Paul from Ionian. There's quite a few Ionians in the BCAT tonight.
Yes, so as far as I can tell, although this does seem a bit more strung out, so I'm not sure if this is totally up to date, but we did have a group of 97 riders altogether and then a split of about 10 seconds. But this, from my view, does not look like 97, but we'll see how we get on and see if we can work that out for you. So this is Cassandra Rush riding for Dutch Diesel Cycling, I believe.
Yep.
Cassandra actually has a really good sprint, a really good 15-second power. At 12 watts per kilo, so that's a lot for 15 seconds. She's doing very well there. If she can do that tonight, she's in with a shot. Lots of socks for Watts riders in this cat. I know lots of those we mentioned before are the juniors as well. Easy to spot kit. I think we're having a little bit of trouble trying to get through to the DCAT riders, but we will get there. They're coming up next. Actually, we've got some companion app issues, but we will go to the DCAT as our next one if we can get to them.
Currently watching Olivia. It's a pity we can't get her webcam. She was supposed to show up. But she's having a good ride tonight. Just behind or around Helen. It's a rather large group. It's difficult to keep, and they keep moving in different positions. It's slightly strung out now as they get to this banner, KOM. I don't like calling it a KOM. It's not really a KOM.
Not sure it's a KOM, but okay.
Yeah, theoretically it is.
Back to Karina as well. It does look like there's a couple of gaps in this C group, but sometimes they come back together very quickly. It's difficult to tell, actually.
We've got Van der Kinderen, who's from BZR, in the top 10 of the CCAT, which is great to see. They've really recruited a lot of women in BZR. I think it's gone up by 300% female participation in BZR. I think it's a sign of the times and sign of COVID restrictions increasing in Belgium at the moment.
That's probably, yeah, okay.
People are getting slightly more keen for indoor riding in Belgium. Or maybe it's just the great work of the ladies such as Debbie Sanders and others, Fran advertising Swift amongst the Belgian riding community.
Oh yes, that's true. So finally, you'll be pleased, we are in the DCAT. Sorry for the delay on that, everybody. We're watching Ness here.
She's currently second, right, in her category on the general classification. So
She is, yes, she will be looking to do well tonight. So I've got the GC actually for the D cat, and I did have it. Let's have a look. Puck. I don't know if I've seen Puck racing tonight, actually. Let's see if we can spot her. Oh, she's there. She's definitely there. Yeah. So she is leading the GC at the moment, closely followed by Hilsden, Longley, Willoughby, Bow, and Camerick. For those of you who are fans of Jazz, I believe that she is riding again this evening. Jazz, you may have known from last week, is 10 years old. And actually, I've been calling her Jazz, but I think that she prefers the nickname Jazzy. So go Jazzy tonight. Still 10 years old, the real youngest member of the team. I'm not surprised there. And she's very into cyclocross, actually. I don't know whether she rides it or whether she likes watching it, because I know Celine Del Carmen Alvarado is one of her favourite riders as well, and she's one of mine too, Jazz. She's particularly good. There's our live cam on Keris.
I like the painting. It's definitely more charming than my pain cave.
Yeah, she's put her flag up there. Keris looks like she is working incredibly hard, and we can't see until we switch back, but she looks like she's in a reasonably doing reasonably low cadence there. Yeah, she's in the low 70s or even lower. Oh no, I'm sorry, we didn't flick back to her, but she did look like she was. We'll see if we can put the feed onto her. It's difficult. Here we go. There's Kerry. Oh, not as low as I thought, actually. She might have picked it up. Maybe she heard us. She's picked it up a little bit. And it's just different preference for different riders, really. Some riders you will see will spin out a really high cadence that they may get the same power, and other riders prefer to grind a bigger gear. You may also see, but we'll keep an eye on this, if there's a particularly tight bend and a group that's moving at speed, you may see the riders just pick up their cadence. It often helps them get round the bend as a group. Sometimes you get caught out on those quick corners.
Yes, it's fair to say I'm still getting used to the new draft dynamics and
It's
corners.
tricky. Yeah, it's really
Sometimes
tricky.
I've seen two files being created to like a split in the middle. It's quite interesting. It's looked quite normal tonight, actually. So no complaints so far. Well, then I'm not riding, so it's easy for me to say.
No, we can't see any riders out to the side doing anything particularly unusual, so it's looking good, actually. Got a couple of riders just testing their legs out the front. I don't think they're making a break for it, but they may have just found themselves out there while they put a little bit more power down. Although these two Velo Vixen riders, they could work together.
Yes, we're probably going to flip soon to the A's, who are currently predicted to finish at 39, just under 40 minutes. And they will finish ahead of the A-plus riders, probably because there's more of them. They were a rather large bunch and getting quite a lot of draft and rotating quite often. Whereas the A-plus bunch, they broke. I think they were a bunch of 9 or 10. Don't know if they've tried to get back together. No, they still look like a fairly small bunch. And they're going at a lower speed than the A's at the moment.
So we're back on Natalie Stevenson here. If we can, we'll try and go to her live cam and see if she's just as relaxed as she was a few laps ago. Not bad, I'd say. Well done, Natalie. Unlike previous rides that we've had, maybe not so much last week. This is short, so 40 minutes. These riders don't need to take on any fuel. They will be well fueled for this event, and it's just about concentrating, staying as cool as possible. They've probably got their fans on, and just getting some water down them if they feel they can and they need to. At this point in the race, we can kind of see it, but not so much. Sometimes the riders will slow down. They know that they don't have many laps left now. They're all working out how they can implement their sprint, the best place to do it. If I was them when I was coming up to the finish arch and they would have had, 14 other opportunities to do this, I would work out exactly where I was going to put my sprint down, where I was going to hit that power up button. Lots of opportunity to recce the finish.
It's good to see Anna making most of the draft. She's been sitting, well, every time we flick to the A plus category, she's at the back getting a lot of draft, and she is an incredibly good sprinter. So I hope they know that she's resting there at the back.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what her heart rate is, but that doesn't look too bad. We don't know what her max heart rate is, but that doesn't look too bad to me.
I reckon it's around similar to mine. We're of a similar age. So roughly, biologically speaking, we should be a similar heart rate. So I think she's she's not at max heart rate at all, and she's got quite a low cadence, so she can probably be ready to spin faster. She can spin really fast.
Yeah, for these riders, they've probably spent most of the time trying to stay in the bunch and concentrating, and now deciding what gear they're going to use for their sprint, as I said, when they need to implement it and if they've got that important power up. Surely within 14 laps they would have had that they would have had that power up now, although not for that rider who's using their draft.
I think this is quite an annoying sprint as well, because it comes just after the corner, doesn't it?
Oh yes.
So the question is always, do you sprint before the corner? Do you sprint on the corner? I'm not the person to ask this, but we'll find out what the tactics are tonight. Hopefully we'll be there just as it happens.
Yeah, we've probably got 3.5 minutes until the A's finish. We'll see if we can get some updated times on those for you. And then we'll roll through the rest of the cats as they come over the finish line as well.
So Amelia is here at the front. Nope, she's now second. Now we're looking at Anna at the front. Amelia's known for doing a lot of work at the front. I think she treats every race as a really good workout. But Anna has decided to go to the front, maybe to, I don't know, warm up the legs a little bit. Her heart rate's gone up. And now we're watching Lala Lawson from the A Cats from Ionian. They're on lap 12, so not long to go. It's approximately 1.9k a lap.
Yeah, they're going to finish. It's going to be very quick. We're hoping that the live stream can keep up, because at the moment, I think we're going to have about 15 seconds between where the A cat finish and the A plus cat finish behind them, just because they have less numbers in their group. Big group here for the finish.
Yeah, and Katrina Weiss for Ionian is still in the A group, the front A group as well, and she's got a brilliant sprint on her too. Yeah, it's quite a large group, isn't it?
I think there might be 43 of them here. I think that's certainly possible.
Alison Kerr from Swift, Scottish Swifters. Sorry, me and my tongue twisters are not doing well today.
I believe in this front group we've got possibly Vanderplas as well, who's got a very good sprint. I'm not sure whether she's in this front group, but we'll see if we can spot her.
I did see Micah. Yeah, in her name popped up briefly. It moves around a lot. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it was this there under the cursor.
This is Beth Stoner. I don't believe she has a team. So, well, at the moment, I know there's lots of teams recruiting at the moment. We were just saying before we came on air, actually, that it's not long now until season 3 of ZRL. So lots of riders are preparing for that. I know a lot of them have had to get their data ready and make sure that's all up to date. So they've been working hard doing that while swifting as well. Quick live stream on Angela here. So 2 more laps, lap 14 and 15. It always worries me, Wendy, when we have such a big group that my commentating just can't keep up for the sprint.
No, for sure.
Let's, as much as I want it to be close, it's always really helpful if there's one way out ahead.
Yeah, there's so many good sprinters here as well. Louise Rindquist, very strong mountain bike marathon rider, and she's there. Micah van der Plas is there. Katrina Weiss is there. Oh, it would be really hard. It would be really hard to pick a favorite if you were betting on this sort of thing.
And when they're going to go, there may be some of these riders who have a really good kind of. They're using their. Some of them using their arrow now. Maybe they're on the finish. Oh, that was completely our fault as commentators. Just checking where we're up to, actually.
I think they're still racing. It says lap 13 on the screen.
Oh no, it was the end of race for them. End of race. Oh, I completely apologise, people who are listening. We did not realise that our lap counters. We're going to try and switch to the A+ now, and hopefully we can see the end of them, and then we'll let you know who won in that A category.
Yeah, there was between 11, I would say a good range of 11 to 12 watts per kilo there. At the finish line. So incredibly strong sprinting there.
Oh, well done, Wendy.
I just saw 11, 12 watts a kilo for about 12 different riders there, all at the same time.
This looks like some of our other A riders coming in. I'm going to try and move to the B cat and see the end of them. We may have just missed the A+ cat because they were not far behind the A's at all. Okay, B's have got 1.5 kilometres left to the finish. Oh, and you can see these A riders as well. I was going to say they're still sprinting for the line.
Yeah, sprinting for points. Every point matters.
Yeah.
Is this Sonia from?
Yes, Sonia from Betty's squad. Yeah.
She's a really good long distance triathlete.
With our B's now, so hopefully we can get that finish that we promised you with the B cats. Let's have a look who we've got here.
So this is sort of the Downtown Dolphin KOM reverse version of that, and then they go downhill. Soon after that, I believe. I don't see that now. Maybe we've moved to somewhere else. Oh yeah, we've moved further back. That's why.
I believe that some of the B-Cat riders may have finished actually, so this might be according to Zwift Power, but I don't know. We see some strong riders in here actually. We've got Steadman there. That's a young rider from the Socks for Watts, just using that aero power up. I believe that the C riders are on lap 13, if Zwift Power is correct, although some of them may have finished as well. We're going to try and go into the D cats who are on lap 13.
Yeah, they probably have about 3.5K to go.
Those B riders are just coming in, I bet. We didn't get to cross to the live stream of any of the races as they finish, but I bet they're pretty pleased that's over. We are going to try and bring you the stream from the D-Cats. We're having a little bit of trouble behind the scenes with our Zwifting and our companion app, but we're going to try and do our best. Just watching Lascelles coming now, Kate Lascelles from Crush Pod. These are our riders just cooling down in the B-Cat. Sorry for the quiet there, guys. We're desperately trying to find some D-Cat riders that we can stream over. I think the companion app is really having issues tonight.
Yeah,
There's a lot of the riders we're not allowed to view.
Yeah.
We are desperately typing names that we can try and view them before they come into the end.
Good aerial view of Fruit City.
Yeah. It's just like being on Tour de France there. Got some. I think
Maybe they've all finished.
I don't. Oh, they can't find them. Yeah, we currently can't find anyone from the DCAT, so we think that they may have finished. Apologies from that, everyone watching the live stream. We've had some real technical issues tonight, so we're going to hopefully flick through some of the riders that are either still finishing or just cooling down here. Well, we think that the D is still going. Jazzy's dad, or Jazzy is certainly still going, has been able to put onto the live stream that she's still riding. So if the D ladies are still in there, keep going, because we're going to try and get to you as best we can. It's really tricky to find riders tonight. Must be something about this course. Ds are at 28k. I believe, but don't quote me on this, that we've possibly got a smaller group of possibly 10 riders at the front of that D-Cat that are all at a similar distance and on their final lap.
Yeah, and only about a mile to go, less than a mile. Oh, here we go.
Here we go, we're in. Right, let's try and work out where they are now.
Just around the corner from the finish line.
Okay.
There you go. Well, they're going to finish now.
I'm trying to change our view. We've got Sharon Longley, we've got Walker. We've got Puck in there. Is that Wheatley just going ahead?
Yes, Jordan Johnson has a really good sprint. We're currently watching her. Oh, there you go. Is it Sharon Longley?
Yes, Sharon Longley from Vela Vixens and Ness from Aeonian. I think these riders are just lapping some of the other D riders here, so hopefully they'll let them pass. It might be a good opportunity to have a little break actually in the confusion. But they've ridden this far already, and I imagine they are working hard. So the thoughts of that is probably far from...
it looks like the number 1 and 2 in the general classification is neck and neck.
Okay, Puck is launching her sprint now, and I think you'll see another few of the riders here as well. Who is that out in front? All using their aero power-ups, and one of the ladies there will try and catch just when it was Johnson, I think. I think it was Johnson who took that. That was an exceptional sprint. She had a fair lead on those other ladies there. Well done.
Yes, 2 minutes and 54 seconds for a lap of Crit City. Not bad.
I'm going to try and see some of these other D riders just coming in now.
Natalie's cooling down from cryogen.
She got that KOM jersey. So anyone who didn't catch up before, we apologise. We had some really tricky problems tonight with the feed. Actually, it wasn't our feed. We could see exactly what was happening, but with Companion app trying to move around riders, it wasn't letting us go. So apologies to anyone who missed any of the familiar faces and some of those endings as well. We try our absolute best, but sometimes technology does let us down a little bit. But I know that the ladies will be working hard on the results, and we'll try and get those out to you as soon as possible.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you everyone. And I can't say see you next week, but I'm sure there will be another race series on soon. I know that Warrior Games are always keen to promote women's cycling. And thank you, Wendy, for hosting with me.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Gemma, and to host with you.
Take care, everyone, and ride on. Good night.
Bye.
Can you feel the groove? Grab somebody.